two of the NEC Practical Classics restoration shells. We've got some Ford 100 Anglia 100Es here. So it's all very busy, so I'm going to have to keep moving. Then now we've got here the original new Mini lights. So obviously these are now of the age now where they're like becoming the modern classics like the Mark 1 Focus. The oldest ones are like from 2001 and wide plates are like the earliest registered, so they say not expert on the new Minis, but I'll show them how, because I mean, I said the earliest wide plate 2001s are like 25 years old, so they're not exactly spring chickens anymore, even though probably most people see them as modern like Vagonomics cars like the Mark 1 Focus, so but when that isn't the case anymore, well, at least they're now starting to develop a following. That's the main thing. There's some more over there, some old 2 plate Mini Coopers and 51 plates. Yeah, great to see. Some original classic Minis coming through here, Mini Clubman van. Been worked on a bit of rear suspension here on this original Mini. Back to some more modern Minis that have been worked on. Obviously that's having an engine work done. Also some rear suspension work as well. Along with some old original Range Rovers, that 5-door original classic Range Rover. Obviously these are now obviously classics. Even the Mark II Range Rovers should be viewed as like modern classics now, like 51 plate Range Rover there. So I know I'm not a big 4x4 fan, but if they serve a purpose and actually do off-roading like Land Rovers and Range Rovers do, like older Range Rovers, then that's fine. It's more the modern SUV crossovers that can't do off-roading, that's the problem. But anyway, that's for another topic. Yeah, got a Land Rover Discovery there, obviously that was a proper off-roader, like workhorse, designed for farm and off-road work. G plates off about 1990. It's a lovely MGB. It's a coupe version. GT, I thought it would be, just got best check. Yeah, lovely interior as well. Old Land Rover. It's like rather brown colour. The Mini Clubman. Obviously with obviously like wood effect on the end, like obviously like the Morris Minor Traveller. But obviously different. It's Austin Mini, so obviously early version. Right Club. Okay, some of these are just obviously not experts on, but Austin Healey from Sprite. I've seen a few of these at car shows over the years, and yeah, they're definitely cute little things. It's an MG Midget.
It's still basic.
Avenger, Tiger version with the yellow and black stripes. Oh, that's nice. I think it's a Fiat Uno Turbo. about 1989, 1990. It's nice seeing it here. It has like the rather different door handles and yeah, Fiat did interesting interiors back in the day. There was old Optima Mini having that work, further work done on the suspension, or back end I should say at least. Again, another Land Rover Discovery. Obviously, I think this was more of a van version, obviously with blanked out windows. Daimler stand, so old style Daimlers. So black and light green, light green colour. Really, I think it's a pre-war design, like from the 30s or 40s. Underside work done, got that with some of that. This looks really big, man. Look at the size of that brake drum, like springs. Obviously, it had to be big, like to take all the weight to like this size of car back in the day. Obviously, still, yeah, this one's got the don't know whether it's just a backup thing, like a pull handle starter. Love the two-tone red and cream bodywork. Again, this one's obviously further work been done with obviously body's been taken off and work in progress with everything. Obviously bodywork and interior. Daimler Dart, or SP250 I should say, but known as the Dart. SP250 or Dart. Superb. Looks really nice. Just watching where I'm going. Okay, I've got the XJS Club here. So these are aged really well. They are really classic looks now, and when they were introduced in the 70s they look so different from the E-Type, and I think people couldn't take to them at the time, but they just look so fantastic here. And Hyper Sport, obviously a massive V12 engine taking up pretty much all the space in the engine bay. I think most of them would be automatics. Okay, and again, in progress restoration. That's what the show's about. so the difference there on the bonnet, restored half and not restored. How appropriate number plate for that. 1960. Love that. I love cars with that different colours interiors, from blacks at beige or red, and just give it something different and a bit of colour to the interior. Obviously, I understand probably cream's a bit of a bugger to keep clean, but it does look superb. I think it's nice aqua finish colour. Yeah, I remember this next car coming up to I remember seeing yesterday, Friday, at time of recording, like the Rover P6 convertible. I don't recall ever seen a Rover P6 convertible. This is probably the only one I've ever seen, so don't know whether it was converted, built by a coach builder, or just one-off built by Rover themselves. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever, of course, seen a P6 convertible. Obviously, the V8 P6 3.5 litre V8. It's automatic. It's got information. Got some information on windscreens out, which is really handy when you're at shows. Okay, what's it say here? Okay, so it started as a saloon but was converted to a soft top sometime between 1997 and 1999. So it's a conversion. Okay. And just as the original Rovers heard that Rover had built one as a prototype but never took it to production. Obviously, the previous owners converted it, so just to make it just a bit different. Okay, so that's. Okay, it's fair enough, so, but no wonder I haven't seen one before. This is probably the only one in existence, but slightly. This one that's been converted. Very nice. Same with these, obviously, these have all disappeared. Obviously, old Rover 25, so obviously this was the pre-facelift version. Obviously, it's got the information here. Colour Calypso Gold, okay. Wears the colour rather well. It's just, yeah, back in the 90s, early 2000s, it seemed to have a lot more choice of colours than obviously do now. Just it's more blacks, silvers, whites, greys, maybe the occasional blue and red, but nothing like gold or anything anymore. So, yeah, great to see. 1935 Rover 10. It's nice seeing all this out and about. Rover P4 pickup. Rover 75 V6. These got a superb design. Just, I think Rover got it right when they introduced it in 1998, even if obviously from what I've heard of there is issues with the suspension, but yeah, they are the better cars than what people give them credit for, and they are getting slowly appreciated as a modern class as they ought to be. Alongside I've got a Ford Puma.
She just
I was flying a Traveller. I've seen a few of those over the years. I've got this MG ZT in this rather nice blue 2004 plate, so late pre-facelift MG ZT. ZT 190, so it's a V6 version. Obviously now we're coming back through the stage here. They're on other big YouTubers on stage there. So Steph from iDrive, others. That owned by ones that work on practical classics. So with the famous wood on the back end, Citra Diane in his bright show. Obviously that's Steph's iDriver Classic stand. We have Morris Minor and the singer. Triumph 2000. Another Ford Escort RS 1600i. So again, it's got mirrors on the side to show how premium the side is. Again, superb condition here. And bangers and cash out here as well. So they brought their MGB as well that are in the truck. Fantastic to see. Again, MGB racing cars have got the covers over the headlights, make it a bit more aerodynamic. Lancia Vita, I think. I've got to even look at that. Hornet Special Car Club. Wolsey Hornet. Some of these I like, we don't know much about, but obviously just like seeing them and appreciating the work that's gone into them and the love they're getting. The owners, I love owning them and restoring them, so it's obviously very nice to see. But yeah, they've also got a real proper barn find there. It's like all virtually falling apart, but obviously it might be being used for parts, but so I'm not criticising or anything, so that Swallow car registers. Austin Swallows, I say, again, these are cars I don't know much about, or obviously there's all pre-Second World War stuff from the 1930s. Yeah, that's obviously in progress restoration, if you found from probably a barn or field or somewhere like that. Again, the four-handle starter. Okay, Wolseley registers. We've got more Riley Motor Club here. So I'm just, some of these obviously Austin 6s, Austin 10 Drivers Club. Obviously apart from that, the 1930s. Again, I can't. Standard motor club here. I think this was obviously came out 40s and 50s. I think the way this is styled is really futuristic for the time. So obviously I love that bonnet, that ornament there. Obviously it's not allowed now because of like safety legislation, but things like that really mark out a car of its time. Just design things like that. Trouble thing is, probably a lot of them could easily get nicked. I think another I've shown this bit, like the Fiat 500, the original Italian people's car. Obviously Britain had the Mini, Germany had the Volkswagen Beetle, France had the 62 CV, Italy had the Fiat 500. Got back the Italian working classes on wheels back in 50s and 60s. Few motorbikes. And then you just managed to drawn to this like lovely Rover Vitesse 800 Vitesse M plate for about 94, 95 with a few stickers and good old few brochures. Obviously I think buying brochures is like my Achilles heel. I can't resist buying more brochures. I've already bought a few from this show, so which I'm going to have to avoid those stamps to protect my bank account. So it's really nice seeing that Rover 800 Vitesse Sport, 1994 I think it was. So it's really nice to see. There's just so much to see here that I struggle to keep track of it all. So again, lovely old Land Rover. Again, there's some old lovely Jensens, like Jensens here. Just don't know where to look next. Oh, this one's at Alverson. 1947 started life grey, and it's ended up with this red and cream two-tone exterior, which it wears really well, to be fair, so don't blame them for changing it. And obviously the engine block here, it's obviously really classy look. Yeah, proper wood dashboard. So Humber Scepter here. That was coming from it's coming from a driving section. Right. So we've been around here like the Morgans bit. I don't know how many parts it's gonna end up being. Like, obviously this is just one floor, like all 5 that we're in. Like, so there's that hall. It's also in hall 4 and hall 3 over in the corner there to do. Convertible that's having a bit of work done on the rear end, so it jacked up there. So yeah, not an expert on the Vauxhalls, but it's really nice to see. Again, that's more Riley's and Motor Club. I think Opel or Manta, I think that would be. That one's caught me either Vauxhall Cavalier SRI. But the K plates are about 91, 92. Mark III Cavalier, and so remember it being in the British Touring Car Championship for shape. Then there's also the Mark II Cavalier. If I'm seeing. I'm very much mistaken. The Vauxhall Cavalier 2-litre injection, from the late 80s. Then in front here, a couple of Mark II Vauxhall Astras. Astra GTA. Looks very nicely maintained. So I'm not an expert on Vauxhalls, but seeing one that's been nicely maintained and looked after is always nice to see. And that's coming from a Ford fan, so yeah. And this next one mated up out of like John Clennan's 1989 Vauxhall Astra touring car that he won the 1989 championship in. Great to see. And again, this is the more standard Mark II Astra. It's a 5-door, this one. The GT was a 3-door. Lovely interior. Astra L, where F plates are about 88 or 89. We've got a couple of Austin Metros and MG Metros. A lovely brown interior. You'll see Metros when I see them. Jag Mark II, I do believe. Obviously like the one that's on the TV show Inspector Morse. Yeah, Jag Mark II it is, yeah. That's very nice to see, sorry. MG ZT 260 V8 with a Mustang V8 fitted. Amazing, obviously they managed to get the 4.6 litre Ford V8 fitted into the MG ZT. It's nice seeing it about. It's a 100-year-old car, 1926. Beetle. Pontiac GTO convertible. Very nice to see. Geez, I've not even completed the full floor yet. So I think I'm going to leave part 2 there. So hopefully you enjoyed part 1 and 2 so far. Got to be moving on to part 3 next, so that'll be out tomorrow as well. So join me then. Bye.